Hello, Vista Voyagers! Happy Friday! Today is Friday, May 15th, 2020, and you know I'm always so excited for High Five Friday on Fridays, so I hope that you'll be at High Five Friday today and we can dance and celebrate and we can hear all of the special shout-outs that your teachers have for you during our High Five Friday celebration. So let's have a wonderful Friday today and let's get right back into our book. I have a special game planned for us at the end of our read aloud today, so just stay tuned for that. I know you've been working so hard on your story elements and all the definitions, so get ready for a fun game at the end of our read aloud video. Right now we're going to jump right into our book so that we can figure out what's going to happen in the rest of our story. So let's go ahead and start reading together. Tracking the word and, I'm going to do a really quick memory. I'm going to remind my brain. Yes, the story left off yesterday where Aunt Flossie was talking to the girls, Sarah and Susan, about the time they all went with their parents and her on a walk to get crab cakes and how Aunt Flossie's hat, her special Sunday best hat, had flown into the river. That was the problem. Now I'm remembering. So now I know that I'm going to listen for attempts to resolve and when there's going to be a solution. So let's keep reading. And Daddy tried to reach it, I said, but he slid down in the mud. Daddy looked really surprised, and everybody laughed. He couldn't rescue my favorite best Sunday hat, said Aunt Flossie. And Mommy got a stick and leaned far out. She almost fell in, but she couldn't reach it either. The water rippled, and your favorite best Sunday hat just floated by like a boat. Did you hear the story element we're looking for? Me too. I hear some attempts to resolve. Do you hear them too? Yeah, and I know attempts to resolve is how the character tries to solve the problem. So what do they do to try to solve the problem? I know the problem was Aunt Flossie's hat is in the river. What do they do to try to solve it? Nice job looking back in the text. Yeah, first Daddy, he tried to go down and reach it. But he couldn't, and he slipped, remember? What else did they do? What did Mommy do? The text says that Mommy got a stick and leaned far out. She almost fell in, but she couldn't reach it either. So Aunt Flossie's hat is still in the river. Now comes the best part, and I'll tell it, said Sarah. A big brown dog came. It was walking with a boy. May we help you? The boy asked. My dog Gretchen can get it. The boy threw a small stone. It landed in Aunt Flossie's hat. Fetch, Gretchen, fetch. Fetch, Gretchen, fetch. Gretchen jumped into the water, and she swam. She swam, and she got it. Gretchen got Aunt Flossie's hat. Hooray for Gretchen. We all jumped up and down. Hooray for Aunt Flossie's hat. It was very wet, said Aunt Flossie, but it dried just fine, almost like new. My favorite best Sunday hat. Sorry, did you hear the next story element? Yeah, we have our solution, how the problem is solved. What was the solution? Wow, nice hard work, Vista Voyagers. You are correct. Gretchen, the dog, gets Flossie's hat and saves the day. I like that story, I said. So do I, said Sarah, and I like what happened next. We went to get crab cakes. Crab cakes, said Aunt Flossie. What a wonderful idea. Sarah, Susan, telephone your parents. We'll go get some crab cakes right now. I think Sarah and I will always agree about one thing. Nothing in the whole wide world tastes as good as crab cakes. But crab cakes taste better after stories. Stories about Aunt Flossie's hats. And that is the end of our book today. So guys, today we finished our story, Aunt Flossie's hats. And we were able to come up with all of our story elements. S-T-O-R-Y. We know it's so important to retell the story in order. We always pay attention to the sequence of our story so that we don't confuse our reader. We want to make sure that they know what exactly is happening in the story, just like they read the book and we're telling them all about it in order, giving the big event. So the first thing that you get to do today is retell this story to a family member or a friend. I want you to retell them the story, tell them all about it using your story elements chart to help you. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to test our knowledge of our story elements. So what I did for today's challenge is I have a group of examples of each story element. So I have a group of settings. I have a group of attempts to resolve. I have a group of solutions. I want you to figure out which go with which story element. So again, if I have the words in the park, at night, in the morning, on the first day of school, at Aunt Flossie's house, what is that an example of? What story elements are those all examples of? Yeah, settings, you got it. Settings, you got it. Nice job. If I have examples of, let's see. If I have examples of corduroy, my mom, Lily, Gretchen the dog, town mice, country mice. What are those examples of? Yeah, those are examples of talking characters. You got it. So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out which go where, which ones are what story element. And you're going to see if you can get 100%. Do you think you can do it? Oh, I know you can. I'm so excited to see who gets 100% today. Wow, Scholar, so much hard work today. I knew you could take on that challenge and show all of the self-determination that you could to get it done. Congratulations to you. Air 10, get ready, go. Nice work. My last job for you today is I want you to read a book, and I want you to fill out the story elements for the book that you're reading. Maybe you're reading a really cool chapter book about dragons like Nicholas's. Or maybe you're reading about polar bears like the book that my friend Josiah Wilson shared with me. Maybe it's a fiction story about polar bears and you want to fill out story to figure out what the story is all about, all of the story elements. I want you to take a book that you're reading at home and try to find all of your story elements as you read. Then I want you to send your teachers a picture so we can all celebrate your hard work, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next shout out for next High Five Friday. Awesome job staying so determined again today and working so incredibly hard to make sure that you can master your story elements and be so ready to go into first grade and tell really deep, good retells of the stories that you read. I cannot wait to see you next week for some more books that we get to read together and some different skills that we get to work on. I hope you have an amazing weekend. You truly have deserved it, and I hope that you continue to have the best day ever. Bye, Mr. Voyager. See you next time.